Well, hi guys. So today we're joined by Rob, who works for Charles River. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Really happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So first off, who are Charles River?
Charles River is a contract research organization. We provide a lot of drug discovery and development products and services to help pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies develop new pharmaceuticals, to bring those compounds to the market and to improve the lives of patients. We're a really large company. We have about 18,500 employees that are spread across 100 facilities in 20 different countries around the world.
Wow, amazing. And what about your facility? What's that all like? What do you do there in particular?
So at the Mattawan site, we are the largest safety assessment site in the entire world. We have about 2,000 employees and over 1 million square feet under a single roof.
What?
Yes, it's a huge place, really big place, which makes it a whole lot of fun and makes my days really busy. So safety assessment is the work that we do to complete all the animal and in vitro studies that are required to assess the toxicology and safety of a drug candidate in order to support the request to start clinical trials in people. So our clients, pharmaceutical companies and biotech companies, bring their compounds to us and have us do that work to help them develop it so they can get into clinical trial work and develop their compounds to be able to be registered by the FDA.
Wow, amazing. I guess we're hearing a lot about that at the moment, with all of the new coronavirus vaccine. I think it's starting to become familiar language.
Oh yeah, very much so. The drug development process has become very familiar over the last several years with the coronavirus. And we're really proud to say that we worked on all 3 of those vaccines, as well as several of the therapies that are being used in the coronavirus pandemic. We really helped to accelerate the development of those compounds. So we didn't cut any corners. The quality is still the same, but we worked with our staff and we worked with our clients to actually be able to do the development faster, to try to address the pandemic faster. So we're really proud of that.
Yeah, so it basically got pushed to the start of the queue. Like if you were developing vaccines, it's sort of like what's the most urgent, and this was absolutely
right. We were able to push it to the start of the queue, which really helped to jump the line a little bit, which was okay with our other clients because the pandemic's super important to be able to address for human health.
So what about yourself? What do you do? What's a day in the life like for you?
Well, the entire operations for the Mattawan site report to me. So all 1,800 people on the site report to me in some way. So like I said, my days are really busy. I spend a lot of time working with my colleagues just to ensure that they have everything they need to get their job done and ensure that any problems or challenges that we have can get solved pretty quickly. I spend a lot of time meeting with our clients, those pharmaceutical companies and biotech company representatives, to discuss their study work that they want placed here and discuss their upcoming and their ongoing work that they have in the facility. I work really hard with my team to try to continuously improve how we do our work. I want to make us more efficient. I want to maintain the high quality that the site's known for, and I really want to work to continue to improve the employee experience at our site. So I want every employee to feel like they're valued, that we really want them here. We want to be able to expand and grow their career. We want them to spend their entire career at the Charles River Mattawan site.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, you value your employees very highly. What do you love most about Charles River? What makes it so special? Why is it the best place ever to work?
Well, first, I believe in the work that we do. New drugs are just transforming the way that patients are treated. They're allowing people with many diseases that those diseases previously had a really big negative impact on their quality of life. Those new treatments are actually allowing people to go on in their daily life with little impact. So that's just transformational. Some of the gene therapies and cell therapies that we're working on that are being developed as new drugs actually have the potential to cure diseases. We never thought that was possible before. In drug development, we don't talk much about cures. So it's really fun to be able to talk about gene therapies and cell therapies, all these new technologies that are potentially going to cure people of the diseases that they have that would be debilitating otherwise.
Amazing. Such rewarding work for sure. What is something that people may not know about Charles River?
We have worked on about 80% of the compounds that have been registered by the FDA in the last 3 years.
Wow.
So the FDA registers about 50 new drugs a year. So about 50 new drug molecules or drug materials come to the market every year. So that means that a Charles River facility somewhere in the world has worked on about 40 of those compounds every year. If you're in pharmaceutical development in a pharmaceutical company or in a biotechnology company, if you get a chance to work on one or two drugs that gets approved by the FDA in your entire career, that's a real feather in your cap. So to say that we get to work on 40 of them a year, that's just amazing. It's amazing to be able to see all those new compounds and be able to help so many people.
Wow, what a cool place to work. Now, you spoke about your facility just before, how huge it is. What's it like to work there? Can you, like, when you walk through the door and you're talking about, what was it, 1 million?
1 million square feet? Yeah.
What's it? Tell all the high school students out there who are watching, what is it like to work there? You've got animals there, I'm assuming. Like, what's it like?
Yeah, we're federally mandated in order to be able to do the animal experiments that are required to get drugs into clinical trials. So those are federal laws that allow us to be able to do that work, and we're controlled by a lot of federal agencies as well. Like I said, this facility is really big, so it takes about 30 minutes for me to walk across the entire facility if I want to be able to walk every floor to go see the folks in the facility and get a chance to be able to actually see what's going on. It makes it hard to make sure that you feel like you're connected to every employee at the site, which is really super important to me, to make sure that I get connected and get to learn a lot of the employees on the site and get to understand what they're doing. Because of course, I'm not an expert in everything that's going on here.
So, high school students out there who are watching and they think, yes, please, I would love to work at a place like Charles River. That sounds absolutely awesome. What is going to make them stand out from the crowd? What sort of skills are you looking for? Is it seriously like you have to be studying STEM, otherwise we're not going to look at you? Or what are sort of the skills and what's going to make students sort of stand out?
So for us, we're looking for hardworking, dependable, trustworthy, and well-rounded people that just love to keep learning. Okay. So even though we're a science-based organization, many of our jobs do not require people to have STEM education. We want folks to have a good appreciation for science. So you have to have the same sort of mission that we have from a science point of view, and that we're working together to create healthier lives. We have positions at all education levels. We hire people with a high school diploma to people with a doctorate in a scientific discipline. I'm going to tell you though, if you are studying STEM, pay attention to your high school science labs and your high school science teachers. They're a great foundation for how we teach employees to document the work done in the studies at Charles River. Math skills are also pretty important for us. Many of our employees are doing math every day. Scientific experiments and financial reports can really be messed up by a math mistake, so keep paying attention to math class. But we hire a lot of folks to interact directly with clients and client services. We hire a lot of veterinary tech students as well. We hire a lot of people that come and work and interact with the animals directly out of high school.
Yeah, wow, cool. All right. That sounds awesome. So what do you think the future of work is going to look like at Charles River? I mean, I'm sure there's so much in terms of the technology and it's always probably evolving. What do you think the future of work is going to look like?
So the science is always changing, right? So we're always updating equipment. We're always getting new cutting edge technologies and things to be able to work on. So cool toys worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that you get to see in these big industrial labs that are really fun to get to learn, to be able to use and become expert in. The work environment is really changing, and COVID and the pandemic have accelerated how the work environment's changing, and you've probably heard that from other folks as well. We've proven that you don't have to be in the same building at the same time to get the work done, that we can collaborate, and we spend a ton of time working in teams to get our jobs done. We're also seeing a lot more non-traditional schedules, people that don't want to work that 8 to 5, 5-day-a-week schedule. Maybe they want to work weekends. Maybe they want to work second shift. Maybe they want to work 4 10-hour days a week. Maybe they want to work partially from home and partially at work. Those are things that we can enable in a lot of the jobs that we have. That's forcing our buildings to adapt. That's forcing us to think of differently about how office space looks. less single offices, more mobility between home and work, and the ability to be able to move around both physically and digitally to collaborate to get your job done.
Yeah, awesome. Now, just lastly, what advice would you give to your former high school self?
Most things I thought were important in high school didn't turn out to be so important when I look back on them. But I wished I had spent a little bit more time being more inquisitive and challenging myself all the time. So, was I always looking at different careers that I could think about doing? Was I always looking to challenge myself in some of the harder classes that I could have got into? I think sometimes maybe I coasted a little bit through high school, and I wished I would have paid a little bit more attention.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Rob. It was really awesome to hear about Charles River and all the amazing opportunities available. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.